Well, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening to you. This is Pastor James coming to you from the Fortress of Solitude here on Old Norcross, welcoming you to this week's midweek check-in video. We have a busy couple of weeks coming up here at the church. Lots of good stuff going on. Hope everyone enjoyed the Labor Day holiday. And here we are in September. As I have said before, one of my favorite songs is Kurt Weill's September song. Uh, in the lyric, of course, goes, "Oh, it's a long, long time from May to December, but the days grow short when you reach September." And here we are. All right. Lots to get to in this video. Want to keep it as brief as I possibly can. So here we go. Some stuff regarding our garden and the upcoming fall festival to get us started. Due to time constraints, Jennifer Ginsey is going to cancel the scheduled garden crew meeting for this Saturday, September 7th. We are going to still have the lunch and learn on Sunday, September 15th for the volunteers working the kitchen and the large fellowship hall. If you haven't signed up to work the kitchen or the large fellowship hall, but would like to, uh, please plan on coming to this lunch and learn session. That's going to be September 15th, right after our worship on Sunday morning. The event will take place in the large fellowship hall. Also, there's still time to make a silent auction basket for our fall festival. There are themed basket ideas that are still available in the narthex to make this a little easier. Local businesses have been willing to supply us with products for these baskets in the past because it helps advertise their business and it costs you nothing. Other companies have sponsored baskets by donating money so we could build a basket with their company name on it. Gail Lopes will be putting something in this week's bulletin about this as well, so be on the lookout for that. And also, barbecue ticket money or unsold tickets are due this coming Sunday, September 8th. If you will not be able to make that deadline, again, let Jennifer Ginsey know. She needs to get a final count over to Dickie Doos this week. And if you weren't in worship or haven't watched or listened to the worship service from this past Sunday, it is really a wonderful thing that Dickie Doos is doing. 250 plates, $500 is what they're charging for the meat, and that is, well, you can do the math. $2 a plate, and that is really, really something. So we're grateful for the good people at Dickie Doos. And if you haven't been there to eat, I encourage you to check it out. If you don't know where it is, please see Linda Pate for that information. Okay, lots of other stuff going on this week. Our Prayer Fellowship Gathering Group will be meeting today at the Hibachi Grill in about an hour and a half. They meet over there for prayer, a time of fellowship, and it's centrally located there in Lawrenceville. Go all the way to the end of Old Norcross. You get to the light, go straight across down the hill, and I believe that used to be Orion's and was probably something before that. I'm sure those of you that have been around here for a while can let us know about that. All right. Um, this coming Sunday, uh, lots going on. First of all, the nominating committee will be meeting right after worship in the Faith's Journey classroom. This will not be necessarily a short meeting. So those of you that are on the nominating committee, please plan to be here and hang around for that. At 3 o'clock in our large fellowship hall, the Regional Minister Search Committee is hosting a town hall meeting. This is going to be for all the churches on the in the northern part of the state of Georgia. New Hope is hosting this, and they're going to come in and basically, as it states, it's a town hall meeting for folks to ask questions, to give suggestions, and just to an informational type meeting as this process moves forward, as we look to bring in our next regional minister here in the state. So just want to encourage you that if you can't be here for this meeting, to keep it as a matter of prayer. as the region seeks its next leader. This Sunday night at 6 o'clock, we will have The Chosen season 4 continuing with episode 5 in the large fellowship hall as well. Okay, these next couple of Wednesdays, we've got some, of course, our regular programming, the Romans Bible study at 10 a.m. on Wednesdays. Wednesday evenings, brown bag dinner, 5:15. Uh, then we go from that to, of course, the evening Bible study where we're looking at the Sermon on the Mount. That's available both in person and Zoom at 6 o'clock. And then the Chancel Choir rehearses at 7:10. So those are the next couple Wednesdays. Thursday morning with theology kicks off again this week. Uh, with our first session as we look at the very first part of the book. And I want to go over here and grab the book and remind everyone that is a part of the group that for this coming Thursday, you are to have read. If you go to the table of contents in the book right there, we don't have chapter numbers, but we do have parts of the book. And so I'm encouraging you to read these three parts: The War on Lies, A Manifesto for Exile, and then after you see part one, The Devil, the first part, The Truth About Lies. So it's a little bit to read, and I want to encourage those of you that are in the group that uh, the footnotes are very informative and very helpful, and I want to encourage you to go to the back of the book. End notes, actually. I better get that right. The end notes for the book are have contain extra information for you and help to spell out some things, and also point you to the biblical references that John Mark Comer uh, points out. So it's not too late to join this group. If you'd like a book, even if you just like to read the book, and maybe you don't have the time to necessarily participate in the group, if you'd like to read the book, we still have a couple left here in the office. So just wanted to make everybody aware of that Thursday morning theology kicks off again this Thursday morning, 11 a.m. in the small fellowship hall. We'll also offer it on Zoom if you cannot make it here to Old Norcross. So those are a couple of things that are coming up. Lots more. September 15, of course, I've already mentioned the Lunch and Learn following worship, but I want to go ahead and get this out there. We are going to have our one and only budget discussion meeting for 2025. It may seem a little early, but we now have our board meeting, our final board meeting for this year in October, and then the congregational meeting is in November. So it is that time. And we will be having the budget discussion meeting 5 o'clock on the 15th of September in the large fellowship hall. So we encourage you if you'd like to be a part of that, if you have ideas that you'd like to bring to the table, any questions, please come to that meeting, and we'll use all of the information gathered in that meeting to prepare a budget to present to the board in October, which, upon board approval, will then be forwarded on to the congregation for its approval at our annual congregational meeting in November. But this will be the first step. So hope you'll come out, and I hope you'll join us at 5 o'clock on the 15th. And then at 6 o'clock, we will continue watching The Chosen with episode 6 of that great show. All right. I'm sure I have forgotten 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9 things, but a lot going on inside this uncovered noggin up here. Some of you have asked if the adventure in facial architecture was a mistake. I didn't think so at the time, but I'm gauging feedback from some of you folks who are so kind and so honest. But yeah, I may keep the baby face thing going for a little while here. I'm not sure, but it's well past a haircut. You didn't need to know any of that. That's free. That's for you, and for you to shake your head at and go, "That's James." But love you and thank God for you. What a wonderful thing that was this past Sunday, uh, as we baptized Harlan Thompson, wasn't it? There's a video on Facebook. I also sent it out via our email list. A couple of email addresses kicked it back. files were too large, but it is out there on Facebook, and we rejoice again with Harlan, with Sandra, and with their family. And Harlan, as I said, is already a part of our New Hope family in our heart. But it's so wonderful to welcome him and into the family of Christ, the worldwide, universal wide family of Jesus. And so we rejoice and we celebrate. And I love you. You know how to reach me. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. Take care.